Hi, welcome back to NDG Live. I'm your host, Jackie Hardy. In this video segment, we're so honored to be speaking with Jarrett David Michael Grant, and we're discussing with him about his principal role in the upcoming production of Tootsie. We thank you for watching, as we know you're going to enjoy this delightful interview with Jarrett. Thank you. So thank you, Jarrett, for being here and allowing our viewers to just learn a little bit about you. And so I just want to introduce myself. I'm Jackie Hardy, and I am a freelance writer and do interviews for our YouTube channel, NDG Live, for North Dallas Gazette. And it's a minority-owned and operated newspaper. So we tell stories, yes, that affect minorities, or we know that will interest our audience. So we know that they will definitely love hearing about you and what you have going on with this recent, national tour, Tootsie. And so before we get started, I would love for the audience to get to know you a little bit. I know you are from Chi-Town, Chicago. A lot of great talent. Yes. So can you kind of talk a little bit about your background?
Yeah, so I was born in Rochester, New York. And from there, my parents saw, I guess, the ham in me, that little comedian, I guess.
I love it.
And they were like, this boy got something. We gonna play around and see what it was with what it is. So they put me in sports, and the sports were not my calling. I would stop in the middle of a soccer field and start doing Michael Jackson dance moves. And they're like, okay, this is not meant for him. So then they enrolled me into a performing arts middle school where I was a vocal major. And then somehow I ended up in doing musical theater acting. And then I found my niche, or I don't know the word. I found my calling.
I hear you.
And so then I went, thank you. And then I went to Columbia College, Chicago, where I studied musical theater performance. And then from there, I fell in love with musical theater acting for film and TV. And I've been in Chicago since. And then, just been working there. And then I got the job for the national tour right before we went into quarantine. So it's been a nice little ride.
Oh man, that is awesome. That is really neat story, and how you kind of got led to Chicago. Yeah, absolutely. And I know you probably get asked this a lot, but being that we do serve predominantly a minority viewership, can you kind of speak to just what it's meant as a minority to be a part of such a wildly popular and award-winning production? Because this has a mainstream appeal. And so to see diversity on the stage, particularly in a medium that sometimes you don't see it as often in a mainstream setting, if you will. So can you kind of speak to that?
Well, yeah, it's been very nice. I mean, originally my character, Jeff Slater, on stage, he's also played by the original Broadway cast. He's played by this actor, Andy G. I can't say his last name. And
I know, I hear you.
But they're both played by, the roles have been played by white men. So for me to get cast in a role, one of the principal roles, for me being a Black man, it was pretty nice. It's like, and I'm not the average like six-pack Black men you'd see on the stage. I'm a big boy. So it's nice to have big boy representation on the stage. And like maybe there's that little big kid in this audience who's like, I'm thinking about doing this, but sometimes in our world we have body issues with what we want to see on stage and representation. So it's like maybe a little big boy is gonna see it and be like, okay, well, if he's up there doing trenches and dancing down and singing, I could do this too. And it's just, it's been nice to be recognized and to be one of the other Black principals in this role. I mean, in this production.
No, that is a great point. You are right, because you don't fit maybe the cookie cutter look, right?
Mhm.
That oftentimes you do see in a principal role like that. And so I appreciate those comments, absolutely. And, I know that this particular production, Tootsie, there's a lot of, in the story, there's a lot of like personal and professional dynamics that are kind of going on with the characters, like you talking about rejection, gender inequality to some extent,
Mhm.
compromising personal values. Can you kind of speak to how a lot of that mimics real life, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, we dealing with these issues now in the world. We have so many people who just want to erase people in general and their existence, and that's been very. Our show some speaks on it a little bit, but not as much because it is a comedy show, and we
Yeah,
want to bring forth these issues, but also we're trying to make it an open space for people just to laugh and like kind of live in the world of what Tootsie is. But yeah, it's that's a hard question because it's like we're trying to balance it. We're trying to be
absolutely.
funny, but also speak on real life situations
Yeah.
without bringing too much hilarity to it because these are real situations that are still occurring in the world today. Not
That's
like Michael Dorsey's character dressing up as a woman to get a job, but
right.
people just ignoring common sense things.
Right. Yeah, sure, sure. No, that is very true. And that's the beauty, I think, of art. It imitates life in many respects. And it's nice to laugh at ourselves sometimes, when we see the hilarity in some of those real life issues that we face every day. Yeah, absolutely. And I know you brought up your character, Jeff Slater, yeah, which is a principal role. And congratulations to you. That is
Thank you.
commendable to you. Yes. And you're kind of in a moral dilemma too, the character. How does it feel to play kind of this complicated character,
Oh,
because there's some, yeah.
I just have so much fun with it because I'm not as forward as this Jeff character. I like to
You're
say
not
he's the Jiminy Cricket to Michael Dorsey.
okay.
Kind of like speaking words of wisdom into his ear, but he's not going to listen. He's the
Right.
R-rated version of Jiminy Cricket, I'd say.
I love it.
Uh, I am
He got
very
a little
for.
he got a little flavor to his Jimmy Cricket.
He's got flavor. Oh
I
man,
love it.
he is. I love it. He's a very fun character to play and share with the audience. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as the audience, have they really taken to it,
They
with the
have. They
engagement?
have.
That's
Yes, and
great.
it's so nice to see like we have like the way in every city it's kind of different on what they laugh at. Some things are set the same where they'll laugh at the same joke, but then you go to a different city and they laugh at something y'all like. I see, I see. So it's
Oh,
always like playing with the audience, playing with their energy to see where we can meet each other.
absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point because there's a lot of cultural probably, yeah,
Mhm.
differences in what may be humorous in one
Yeah,
city, yet may
yeah.
not be in the other. Absolutely.
Hmm.
No, that's an interesting point. Yeah, in your opinion too, how is Jeff's character critical kind of to the overarching story?
Hmm. How's it?
It's yeah, do
No,
you
honestly, I don't know. he,
that's
he
okay.
because it's like he's been telling Michael from the beginning what you're doing is wrong. And he don't
Yeah,
learn until like it's time when
it's
he's
too
like
late.
on the stage and it's like time to like reveal who he really is. And it's too
Yeah.
late. And it's just like I try I have a line where it's like I tried to tell you from the beginning, but you didn't listen. So here
That's
we are
right.
now. So it's like
Abs-
kind of I guess so it is like he should have just listened to me in the beginning, but he didn't.
Right.
So now we ended
Right.
up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. No, I think we all can relate to that, where we sometimes have to learn lessons. My grandma used to say either taught or bought. And so, yeah, or caught, some people say that. And so you kind of represent that for sure in the story, because a good story always kind of has a little bit of, drama, if you will, yeah. And so I definitely think you are kind of prelude to what's to come if he doesn't
Oh
listen.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, sure. And do you have a favorite city yet that you performed at that?
um, Low key, well, high key. They got me good. We did St. Louis for 2 weeks, and
Oh, wow.
great interview, but they got me bad because I love chicken wings, and one of the interviews served me chicken wings, and I had to answer questions. And
See, I
so,
should have brought you chicken wings. That's my fault.
oh no, I'm so sorry. It's
Oh,
just
no.
this is great too. I mean, but they brought me chicken wings, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" And they let me take them home afterwards. So
Oh,
I think St. Louis right now is my favorite.
I
But
heard
I'm sure
that.
Dallas can take my heart again. I mean, I love
That's
myself some Texas. Y'all have the best. I love myself some Whataburger. I
okay.
just
Yeah,
love the food. Look, I'm ready for Texas.
I
I'm ready
heard
for that.
that. They do things big here, so that's right.
Oh
Get you
yeah.
some good barbecue and
Ooh,
that's
look,
right.
I'm
No,
ready.
and I
I'm
know
ready.
that's right. And I know Texas loves you. That is great. And what's been kind of the best part outside of the chicken wings that you've enjoyed about just being on this national tour?
I mean, I really do enjoy the traveling aspect of it.
Really?
Like, yeah, because because I don't have to pay for it, and it's like that's really nice.
That's the best.
Uh, that's the best. I ain't got to pay for it. It's free travel.
I
I just got to show up and my ticket's paid for.
That's right.
Um, and it's just nice to see the different ways the different cultures in different cities. And then
Sure.
I'm a foodie. I love trying the different foods. I love finding the different grocery stores and seeing how the grocery store vibes with the city.
Okay.
Yeah, exploring, looking at going to the parks, zoos, aquariums. I'm
Oh
a
yeah,
tourist,
you
man.
really take in the city when you go. That's
Oh yeah.
awesome. Yeah, yeah, because you get here, you're here for a good while on the
Hmm.
tours. Yeah, so it allows you that opportunity. Do you have any family in the Texas area that you would get to visit with?
I don't think I do, but we got a
Okay.
lot of family. So
Yeah,
I'm sure the family, once we post this in the family group chat, we gonna have family coming out to
exactly.
Woodward
You
and
have
be
some
like, "Well,
cousins.
we live here. We come to see you on
That's
Tuesday." I'm like, "Okay."
That's right. That's it. I'm telling you, the beauty of social media.
For
They'll
real,
find
for
you for
real.
sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that is awesome. And is there anything that you hope the audience kind of takes from Tootsie that I know we are right now living in a world where it's just seems like it's one negative news cycle after the other. And so yeah, what do you hope the audience will leave kind of feeling when they see the production?
Um, I'd say leave feeling elated and just like
Yeah.
the be. I hope they leave feeling a little lighter than they did when they came in.
Yeah, that's good.
Hmm.
Absolutely. No, well, I tell you, Jared, all the best to you. I
Thank
know that,
you.
yeah, this is probably just the beginning of greater things because I read in your bio that you were in Shy. Is that right? The Showtime.
Oh yeah, the shot.
Yeah, yeah, that is great. So I
Thank
know
you.
more things will come your
Thank
way. We just really appreciate you being a part of this interview and giving
Well,
us a
thank you
little
for
of your
having me,
time.
Jackie.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I wish you the best.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Okay, you take care, Jared.
Thank you.
Okay. We hope our fun interview with Jared David Michael Grant has you excited about seeing the upcoming production of Tootsie, which this show, in many respects, is a love letter to the theater. You can see Tootsie at the Winspear Opera House presented by Broadway Dallas from April 18th through April 30th, or you can see it at the Bass Performance Hall presented by Performing Arts Fort Worth from May 9th through May 14th. For tickets, you can visit BroadwayDallas.org or you can go to basshall.com. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.